Hi guys, welcome to Torah Come to Life. So this is another Bible study I'm doing here. Well, the first one, sorry. But okay, in this video I'm gonna talk about the Sabbath, okay? Why we should keep the Sabbath, what day the Sabbath is really, and that's what I'm doing. So let's get into it. Okay, so now let's say so now everybody says I keep the Sabbath, I go to church every Sunday. Okay, well, Sunday, really? Sunday? I'm trying not to be smart or anything, or say, but anyways, I just think, for some reason, I don't think it's Sunday. Well, I'm going to show you actually why. Okay, the fourth commandment says, for 6 days you should labor and do all your work. But the seventh day shall be a holy Sabbath. You should not do any ordinary work. Now, the seventh day, I don't know if it got changed. It doesn't say anything in the Bible, as far as I know, that the Sabbath was changed to Sunday. And if y'all can correct me, if y'all, I'll take this video down if y'all correct me. But I'm pretty sure I've checked the Bible. Well, my parents and stuff have, and they haven't seen anything in the Bible. We're looking at the Bible where if the Sabbath was changed in the Bible, then yes, there's a problem. But it hasn't been changed in the Bible. Okay, so I don't understand how it got to Sunday now. Maybe it's totally wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy and I just don't understand. But it looks like to me like it's Saturday. So what we do, here's what we do. Like, I'm also going to reflect on what we do. We go to we don't, of course, work. We don't work on the house. Like, if y'all know, we're building a house right now. We are building a house currently, and we don't work on the house. We try to pursue God's interest more than ours. And, like, we read the Bible. We actually write the Bible. Not the whole entire Bible, like the first 5 books of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Those are the first 5 books that we write. And, yeah. So now, that's usually what we do. And we try to, like I said, pursue God's interest more than ours. And so we don't, like, work in the house. We don't sell anything, buy or sell at all on the Sabbath. So, and what we do is we keep the Sabbath from Friday night to Saturday night. That's the 24-hour period that we keep it. And, yeah. Okay, so now another thing I hope I addressed everything there, showing that it's kind of Saturday, not Sunday, because I think that's a big confusion to everybody. I'm not like, if y'all think, oh man, yeah, it is Saturday. We were in your same place because we were going to church and going on Sunday, doing all those stuff. It was fun, but that's not really what that's not really what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be on Saturday, and it's supposed to be about God. And so that's what's... Okay, so now another thing I was going to address real quick is Luke 14, verse 5. Okay, in this, let's say, for instance, somebody needed, like, help, or if you had to help somebody on the Sabbath. They really needed help. Is it okay to help them? Well, in Luke 14, verse 5, it says, basically, yes, you can help. You can help, it says it for an animal. If, like, an animal falls into a well or a ditch, wouldn't you hesitate to help, would you hesitate to help it on the Sabbath? And if it's saying that for an animal, it's definitely going to mean that for a person. So, yeah, definitely for a person. Like, for instance, my sister, a little bit ago, she had a problem with her jaw, okay? And so she had to get her wisdom teeth pulled. We had to do that on the Sabbath because there was no other day we could have gotten pulled. The dentist was busy. He couldn't have pulled it on any other day. That was the only day he was in town, Saturday. So we did it on the Sabbath because my sister needed help, and so we did that. Okay, so I hope I addressed basically you can help people and animals on the Sabbath. We try to like feed the animals on, you can't be like, oh well, it's Sabbath, we can't feed the animals. You can feed the animals, but try to like what we do. We raise guinea pigs. We don't eat them though. That's one mistake. People will probably be. If I'm gonna get into the reason why people be like, we don't eat guinea pigs. That's what I want to address, and there's reasons behind that, which we're going to get into it later, not in this video, but in later videos. Okay, so we raise guinea pigs, and what we do is I cut extra on Friday so that I don't have to cut on Saturday. And then we try to cut down on the amount, of work we do. There's work that has to be done, that just has to be done. But, you try to cut down on it. You try to see what you can do. You say, maybe I can do it this way so I don't have to do it on the Sabbath. That's the heart. That's what you want to be doing. I can do it this way so I don't have to do it this time. That's exactly what you need to be doing there. Okay, so now I'm trying to keep the Sabbath as much as possible. Okay, so now, what was I going to go to? Oh yeah. I was going to also address another working condition. People think you can't cook on the Sabbath, that no cooking. Because you can't kindle a fire on the Sabbath, and that says it in Exodus 35 verse 3. It says basically you can't kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Now guys, let me ask a question real quick. How much work does it go into kindling a fire? That's a lot of work. First, you got to gather the wood. Second, you got to sit there and, kindle it. That takes time. So nowadays, where the convenience is, you can just, turn the knob, and just the fire, well off. Okay, so people are saying you shouldn't cook on the Sabbath, and there's a bunch of conflicts. I seem to say, if you can get around not having to cook, great. But there's some people like us that have to cook, and it's kind of would you let? I mean, we have 2-year-olds. Would you? We can't cook on the Sabbath, so you're gonna have to wait. That's kind of a little unacceptable. What they probably didn't. So he's saying kindling fire was probably, don't kindle a fire, try to gather your wood on the Sabbath, try to preserve it, try to cut down on the work. Don't do as much work as you usually do on the Sabbath. So what they probably did is kindled the fire on Friday, and then they they kept the fire going through Saturday. Okay, so basically, what we try to do also is we try to eat with styrofoam plates. We don't have to wash dishes. So we just use styrofoam plates and we throw them away, which makes it a lot less of a chore. And I can tell you that makes it just a lot easier. And so that's what you want to try to point towards, is trying to make it easier so that you can be spending your time in what God wants you to do on that day, not what you want to do on your day, with that day. Okay, so now, also the last thing I was going to address is Exodus 31 verse 13. Okay, and that one is basically, let me see where it is. Where is it? I have it on the page. Okay, tell the people of Israel, you are to preserve the Sabbath, for this is a sign between me and you throughout all generations, so that you will know that I am Adonai who set you apart for me. Okay, so now it says all generations, so that means, us today, even us today, we should be keeping the Sabbath. And so that's one of the reasons why we keep the Sabbath. And I encourage y'all to keep the Sabbath. At least that's what I think. It says all generations. That's what I see, all generations. So my perspective, what this also says, is it also says if you keep the Sabbath, I'm going to set you apart. And if you don't keep the Sabbath, you're not God's people. That's what I think is the case. It might not be the case. Might not be the case. Might be totally something different. But that's what I think. Right there. Well, we don't know. So, I hope I explained everything in this Bible study here, and what we keep, what we do. Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all that we really do. We try to keep it separated. You know, we don't sell on the Sabbath. We don't buy or sell. We don't go to town. We don't have anybody here to fellowship with, so it doesn't matter anyways. So we don't go anywhere. So we just stay in the house. We read the Bible. We write the Bible. We write the first 5 books of the Bible. Sorry. Yeah, writing the whole entire Bible would take a long time. And that's what we do. We try to separate it apart as much as possible, so that it's a holy day. Like, one of the examples that my dad would always give me is like, look at it as this your grandmother's dishes. Okay, those dishes, you know, you don't use those all the time, but these dishes over here, you use them all the time. Those are common. These are holy because you don't use them all the time. Holy basically means set apart. Okay, it just makes it sound a lot better. Holy, but it's set apart. That's what it is. That's what it means. Set apart. So, you know, your grandmother's dishes only comes out and is used on certain occasions, and that's holy. So you're setting apart the day so that it's holy. So that, I hope I've explained everything. I hope I've explained everything. If y'all have any questions, leave them below, and I will be sure to get back to you. Okay, bye.